Call to order Myrtle Creek City Council regular council meeting for March 17th, 2026. Roll call, please.
Mayor Luke Dillon.
Here.
Councilor Robert Cheney.
Here.
Councilor Rick Hill.
Here.
Councilor James.
I don't know what it's doing. It's saying that the video is being used by another.
We have audio coming. Yeah.
special recognition awardees. So all of this to me, in my opinion, my comments here are to address that the volunteers are an integral and active part of the current operation of the Myrtle Creek Library.
I also, raised, I have no idea how much money hauling cans and bottles from Seven Feathers, bagging them up and taking them to, the bottle drop. So nobody's debating the, value of the library or any of that. So that's what my concern is, why everybody was so quick to get.
I think, I think you're kind of taking it further than maybe what it really is too, but
Right, nobody,
I mean,
the valuable.
I think
the
something
value of the
was
library.
said, maybe something I'm reading this correctly, you're coming here to like just reemphasize, hey, council may not know, and I'm actually, this is new to me, because I haven't been involved in the library. I was very happy I'm excited to hear them, excited to hear what they're doing. It sounds like they're not just for the library, it's for the whole community. The whole community is impacted by this.
My point.
Yeah, and so I
Yes,
think it's very nice. And I think that you're taking this opportunity because like we raised some eyebrows, or eyebrows were raised. We didn't have fun with the conversation that we had last week or a couple of weeks ago. And I appreciate you coming in and say, hey, you know what, I think council should do this. I think that's how I'm doing this.
Well, thank you, I appreciate that.
But yes, I
I
think-
felt obliged as a member of this community who's been a pretty active community volunteer myself quite some time to just kind of not to come and comment about the value of those volunteers at the library, not whether or not what they do or what they don't do, or what may not be known about what they do. There's a lot of stuff happens in there that, you know, only the people who go in the library see what's happening, and maybe a lot of people don't. I mean, I don't know how many people here attend the library, have a library card, or whatever, but it's a very active place many days of the week. And especially during winter break when school is out, that library fills the gap of activity for a lot of those kids who don't have a lot of other things to do.
So how much meeting time do you think should have been allowed for itemizing everything that's done? Because I know that it's done.
What we
And-
had.
Well, it's me that made the comment about the Sheldon books. And that was not derogatory in any,
I didn't take it as derogatory. I took it as what you said, and I wanted to respond to that personally. My opinion and the facts that I have in front of me that I want to share with the council in the event that they're not aware. I mean, you may be more aware of what the library does than some of the other councils. I don't know. I have no way of knowing that. I have no way of knowing how often any or all of you have visited the library or are aware of what goes on at the library as a nonprofit organization that is not currently managed by the city. They maintain our building, but they do a wonderful, wonderful job of what they do, and particularly as they present things to children.
yeah, I brought the flyer to the city
On that-
hall and they gave me
that
the
is short,
information. Yeah, they gave me the information so that you guys, the library, can advertise on this reader board and how to make it easier for Joanna by them just emailing a copy of whatever flyer, whatever they have put on that thing.
Okay, well, I will kindly give this to the city recorder just for a matter of record.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Susan,
Susan Harris, 806 Northwest Morrison Avenue. I'm here on behalf of the Main Street Rotary Association. Stepped up again for another organization. For the meeting, we were discussing, public parking within the city of Myrtle Creek. And we know of 3 that have signs. The lot in front of Zipley Fiber, the lot behind the post office that they use. But anyway, the newly purchased property of, where the visitor center is, there's some discussion on people parking there that are public and being told they can't because it's owned by a business that's there. So we're asking, if we purchase the signs, the city would install them where we have additional public parking. A sign that would lead down towards Millside Park on the corner of 4th and Main, I believe. and one for the visitor center parking lot. And then wherever else we've got public parking that doesn't have any kind of notification.
So I would say like public parking with an arrow on the corner of the street, or to like at the visitor center, you're looking for signage?
Just a sign that says it's public parking. It's not owned by businesses that are close to there that seem to think it's theirs and tell people they can't park there. It's public. And then just signs that point to where there's additional parking, down at Millside Park or Volunteer Way or where else we have public parking within the city, so I told them I would bring it to council and
Yeah.
see what you guys thought.
Figure something out.
Yeah, I'd like to we'll get together with you guys and figure out where you want to put them.
Do you have extra signs?
I don't have keep parking signs.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, because the parking behind the post office is, there's a sign there that says public parking. But that's where the mail truck parks and,
They usually keep that one pretty full with the post office people.
yeah. And then there's a little gravel on the store there. But
Yeah, I think we keep the stockpile.
Or that down, there's this.
It's our
city
problem.
owns it.
yeah. And there's a
And there's a
public
sign
parking,
that says they can't park there.
no, there's a public parking sign there, but it's just not, you can't park there because the mail truck is always back in there.
Yeah.
Well, it's a parking lot between the Village Realty and
Is there spare?
visitor center that doesn't have anything to say it's public parking. So it's just better directional for people that come into town and know where they can park or.
Yeah. Come in and, yeah, work with them. And do something. Yeah. Thank you.
Citizen to your banquet's coming up on March 28th. I've only got 2 people from the council in the city that's coming, so if anybody else wants to go, we still do have seats available. The banquet to recognize our citizens and our businesses in this town and in 96457 areas, so if you want to come join us.
I'll be there.
Is that a big range? It is. Yeah. $40 a person. Try tip or chicken.
Moving on, consent agenda 1, part 1, approval of minutes of the city council meeting of March 3rd, 2026, and part 2, now proceeding of payroll and report payroll.
The information that we expect the consent agenda line and talk to us presented.
Any discussion? All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The department reports, finance office.
Yes, thank you, Mayor and Council. I'd like to submit my written report for the financial activities into the record, and I'm willing to answer any questions the council may have. While you guys are looking that over, there are 3 of you, Diana, Luke, and Rick, that should have received emails to fill out a questionnaire that has to be done. And then also with Urban Renewal, Diana and Luke, that same questionnaire. It's for the audit. So if you guys could fill that out, then they can basically finalize that.
Are they the same exact odd questions or?
Yes, yeah, and then just, it'll say at the end, make sure you sign it correctly, like Urban Renewal, blah, blah, blah.
Course, in.
Why?
And at the beginning of it, it said what.
You what?
Okay.
I don't know.
And that's here.
I can't say- They just resent it. Yes, they just resent it today. Also, I was hoping, well, I know this is not an urban renewal meeting, but I need to get this done. I would like to know how many grants next fiscal year in the urban renewal you guys would like to give out. How many grants? And I'm gonna,
Well, the thing about like you guys, right now it's 250.
Yes.
So if max was staying at 50, for example, it's only 5 grants. We had everybody come in requesting the max, how many of those grants would be? Questions you just want to
what he said.
Followed. The accounting followed.
Would you, they want an answer like,
I would like an answer by, the end of this week.
is that something that we can do?
That you can do.
Outside of, like, because we'll be granting more money for,
Mhm.
that's another.
I can't wait until the next, meeting because that is the budget meeting. And this needs to be finalized prior to the budget meeting.
I mean, I want to do that. If I can we?
Can they email me? Can they all email me?
Is that like a motion that has to be decided within?
I mean, under
Do we-
normal under normal circumstances, the person doing the budget just puts a number in there. So,
And we accept it with the budget. Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Put a number in
Then
I mean, I have a number in there. I just don't know if it's the same number you guys are thinking.
there.
Yeah, we can just do, we can.
Okay.
The budget.
But what you feel is appropriate.
Okay.
What you think is good, you guys deal with them more, so yeah. okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
That way that keeps us from having to vote on next meeting.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about a number and money wise.
What's the total money, I think, I don't think that. 'Cause you
Yeah.
can Have a bunch of other people come in.
Yeah, but in my mind, it was if each person got the max, that's what I was gonna budget. Yeah.
But there's people that are.
Yes, that'll get 15. Yes. Yes.
So the numbers. can differ.
Yes.
And the next grant will be for a full year instead of 6 months.
Correct.
Any questions for Leslie on any of that? Moving on, police department report.
Council, I'd like to submit Chief Brewster's report written by him, discussed by me. Things he wanted me to talk about tonight, he wanted me to mention Officer Isaiah Smith. Went to the kids for Kingdom School, he was asked to come present. He read the kids a book, let him climb through his patrol car, talk to him about the duties of a police officer. This is the third year he's done that. They seem to enjoy the presentation that he gives me, the police officer. Police department got our new radios, mobile and portable radios, new technology. It seems to be working good. There's no issues at this point. A couple weeks ago, most of the police department attended the 50th annual Respect for Law Enforcement banquet put on by the Optimist Club. This year, we selected Chance Johnson, Officer Chance Johnson, as a nominee for Officer of the Year. Kind of a fun night. And in the report, Brewster put a few notes regarding Officer Johnson and what he's done throughout the year. During the month of February, the police department took 203 calls for service, issued 104 traffic citations, gave 151 traffic warnings, for 17 city ordinance violations, and made 19 arrests.
Can you tell me where the Kingdom School is?
It's up here in, what's the name of the church?
Church of Nazareth.
Yeah.
That's in church.
They have a little private school going on inside.
Sure. Yeah, I have to observe. Any other questions for Officer Mount?
Of those 19 arrests, how many were actually jailed?
Most of them were warrants, well, probably the majority of them, not sure if you for more than,
No.
sometimes that's the case.
That's a good question.
Sure.
I just have a question with a lot of the pedophiles that are being arrested in our area. Are you guys more diligent on keeping an eye on those that are released back in the area? Are you aware of?
Well, unfortunately, there's enough sex offenders in Douglas County where there's no way we can keep an eye on all of them all the time.
Not all of them, just the ones that are released back to our area. And they say they're, it's back out in Myrtle Creek or.
I mean, unfortunately, no. It used to be sex offenders had to register their address. Now we're seeing where sex offenders are homeless and they're registering an address such as within 6 to 8 blocks of the bridge near Albertsons in Roseburg, which means that if a sex offender loses their housing, we're no longer allowed to arrest them because they're homeless. So they could be homeless for 6 months and not reported their address change because they don't have an address. So. Yeah, not really.
When they do that pedophile thing, don't they leave them here in Real Creek? They come from other places generally.
A lot of times, we had one last week, Detective Taggart arrested a subject who was sending text messages to a 15-year-old boy for sexual favors. Unfortunately, a judge decided to release him, I think, on a $500 bond, and he was out within 24 hours.
And was that a person from Real Creek?
He was a subject from Tri-City.
Okay.
Is there any way to allocate more funds towards doing those type of operations or anything? Because you guys seem to be pretty good. Somebody.
Yeah, I don't know, we kind of hit a dry spell with that. Our detective went out Wednesday, I think it was last month or the month before, where they got, I think, 5 in 1 day.
Yeah.
Most of them keep them out of the area. It just kind of depends on if they're biting or not, how many of them are actively looking, and Detective Taggart has an account where he is pretending to be a juvenile female. I don't know what the activity is on that recently. Doesn't appear that there's a lot of hitting on that side.
Well, that's, I thought that the word might get out that Real Creek is not really that.
Well, definitely. And then the fact that the news review burned us and used our girl's account 3-4 years ago and told the whole county what her name was online, that kind of things for a while. So.
Social media at its finest.
What's their,
Higher conclusion on his meeting with state representative today.
Thought it went well. I didn't sit in on the meeting, so I don't know exactly what was said, but they threw some ideas at him and he seemed receptive. I'm not sure what's going to come out of it. This Virgil Osborne came down and had a conversation about the judges letting these guys go within 24 hours or 48 hours, and the very small bails they have to post in order to get out of jail after trying to meet up with juveniles for sex or sexual favors. They just don't seem to
And that,
stay very long.
and then it's inconsistent in what it is. It's always the one that was $500 and one that was a third time offender and was released with a promise not to get on the internet. So.
We have nothing to do with what a judge is going to decide, so.
That legislature changes, correct?
All right, thank you, Officer Malik. Any other questions? All right, fire department report.
You think the mayor council submit my report and answer any questions you may have? You, River was only 28 days, 40% up on your goals. Yeah, sometimes hit a lot of better ways. That way, yeah, they did. Did a lot of responses for them, that they will all be sponsored from out of town. So they can't get here in time, they want us to do there. A lot of times it's just the whole patient hand till the ambulance shows up. Not a lot we can do. A lot of them just want to go to the hospital no matter what. We have fire boards for fire season coming up. DFA has theirs put out. We got some through a grant a couple of years ago. We'd like to put one right across, it says coming in town, right across the bridge there where the sign's at. We're gonna make sure it doesn't block the big board you got up there. We like to kind of set it there so that more citizens know, aware of the fire season and stuff, in case they happen not to see. So we got the sign, we just have to get some way to put it up. It's a piece of metal, big piece of metal, all nice fancy stuff. You just gotta get some posts and put it up. We'll put it all up and stuff. We just want somewhere, see if we can put it there. And I get with Zach and he can show me exactly but not the
Maybe
way.
I said that, yeah.
We got a few more we're gonna try to stick around town too. DFP's got theirs, so we're just trying to put in more, but different locations so more people will be aware. As far as
Can't remember when did the digital sign go up?
Visitor center?
Yeah. I was curious if we had
October.
to communicate the fire
Oh,
season.
you mean the reader board or
Yeah, did
something?
we communicate it
I
last
can-
year?
No, I didn't do it on that last. I've been doing it on Facebook.
They'll do and
Yeah. Just use that too.
I check that each morning when we put it on Facebook all through the summer so that we can update Facebook as quick as DFPA is putting it out there. So we can do the reader board at the same time. No excuses.
we did get our grant again this year, fireman down at fire hall this year. Again, so.
For the dawn.
So,
What months did that run through?
they wanna try, maybe start a little bit earlier, depending on the weather, may start in the middle of June. I think that's what we did last year. So, then we got a little bit more money than what we had last year. And so we're gonna last it all the way until October, until money comes out. So, usually you have 2 guys, 3 guys.
Be nice if you could run at the same conjunction with the helicopters at the airport.
Yeah,
That's the start of fire.
Yeah, the helicopters, they go different times.
They come earlier.
Yeah, well, sometimes later. It depends on what the DFPA have them come show up, so. So, yeah, that's gonna be, big hand, and then, state fire marshals would like us to, they're gonna try to work with us, but have defensible space, like go out in the rural and help the older people. Maybe clear some of the brush and stuff around their house. And if we've got time and stuff, they'd like to get that program started with this too. And so we do have defensible space program, so. And we'd have to go out and try to find different places and stuff like that. That's something, with the grant. We'll have us go out there and just cut the brush and stuff and put it off the side and so it's not. Biggest problem, a lot of people live out there, they got their wood pile on their porch. And that's the biggest thing. So. That's all I got.
All right, any other questions? Thank you, Manny. Public Works report.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'd like to submit the Public Works report as written and answer any questions you may have.
Pool done?
We're still working on that. He got all floors ground. I think they went up and talked to Sherwin Williams about the epoxy and paint colors.
And they're done with the work on the Drum Street, but and take, so the asphalts, am I heard?
We're done. We're getting ready to start again. I know we just awarded that grant. So they'll be coming in the next couple months and start putting new asphalt down.
Do I need to leave the asphalt? For the locate?
There's a what in your yard?
That's it, like the flags for the gas line, I can make those out,
Those could be gone.
just making sure, right? So we're gonna do locate stuff that you guys need.
Zero will skip to recycle once a week or what's that one?
Yep, he started yesterday. It should be all mowed now, and then he should mow it every other week from now through the summer.
Was it up today?
It should have been, yes.
Oh, okay. And so a couple of people were hitting me and asking me about that. I said, don't worry about it. It'll be taken care of.
Yeah, mill site always, it seems like it's the water stays in there, it stays muddy extra long down there.
Any other questions for Public Works? Regular agenda, golf report, equipment.
So I didn't have these numbers yet. Whenever this was put in. If whenever the agenda had to go out, I was still trying to get these numbers gathered up. That,
That's like 500,000, because it didn't line up with the numbers that are on here.
on,
The
motion
max
is
amount on the
500,000.
motion, up
The
to.
numbers on this agenda.
That up to, I think, includes like the hand tools and everything else too.
the Pacific Golf and Turf is the John Deere dealer. He gave me a quote on new and used equipment to get what we need to get mowers. He came in at 408,000. The Turf Star guy, he's selling Toro equipment, and he has a pretty good list of fairly low hour mowers that are gonna be comparable for what we need. And he's clearly significantly less.
Are they gonna be dependable though?
Most of them there was only a couple of them that were over 2,000 hours, and they were like green. I think it was either the greens or the T mower, which it's
What's considered high?
4,000 hours would be, I would say, end of life hours. That's when it needs to go. Live on the farm, and
I guess the other question then would be like, how many hours get used in the year? So like, how many, like, for example, like, some of these are like 1,200 hours. How
like
many
500
years
hours.
do you think?
I want to say that when I was talking to him, he says that they have a couple golf courses that get new mowers every year, and they come back with 500 hours on them. Like Pebble Beach gets new mowers every year from the Turf Star people, and they usually come back 500-600 hours.
Can we do a combination or get a few the newer ones so they're dependable for the next 5-6 years and then get a couple of the used ones? Some backups or
So that list is a good used equipment, and it comes in under what we had budgeted. We was hoping to kind of leave that extra money for unforeseeables for the first year, and then maybe budget for something.
maybe one over a year
Yeah,
down the road.
yeah, kind of see where we land.
Some of these are gas and electric, and some are gas, diesel, and electric.
Yeah,
And what about these for the Pacific? It doesn't just
it doesn't specify.
because that's something too, how much is it gonna cost to?
Well,
And who puts the gas and diesel into them when they use them? Do we put the gas and diesel in? No. For the golf course.
well, the golf, on all those mowers, we would be purchasing those would be ours. Yeah, those would be our mowers.
I think all these are diesel with gas.
They're either diesel or
The
gas.
electric are gonna be the carts.
Golf carts.
Yeah, the golf carts are electric. So some of those mowers are the gas or diesel parts only operating, getting the mower down the thing, and they got like electric reels. I guess that's the new way they're doing it.
There's one, but pretty on Workland. GTX electric buckets. It will be 1,800.
I think that one was a utility card.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a John Deere gator.
Yeah.
So your suggestion is to go with the Toro,
Yes.
using with that saved balance to be able to use for unforeseen and things. And you think that that's a pretty exotic, then that you feel comfortable with what we would get from Toro?
Yes.
From them? Yeah, I'm in favor of that, but.
Where is Toro located?
They're all in Portland and Salem area.
Do we get it pretty quick?
Well, but it sounds like the Toro equipment that's all over the place. It sounds like there's a couple pieces over there in California. There, as soon as I get permission to buy it, I got to get a hold of him, and he's going to start getting it shipped up here. Some of it's in Washington. He's just gathering it from other Toro dealers to bring it here.
Are these prices delivered to us?
Yes.
But we don't have any option to see any of this before we purchase.
No.
So is there kind of a guarantee?
Yeah, a lot of them they've checked on or they've checked out when they got them. There's
Yeah, like I said, like if it broke out in the first month, I guess then they,
Yeah.
or what kind of warranty, I guess, is it?
There's no, it's right here on
warranty.
also as is no warranty.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Right about the summary.
Oh, yeah, no, there, yeah.
And then those guys, they work to deal with us to where, being we don't have the capital to purchase those in April when we need them. So they are gonna allow us to rent them at $1,205 a month for the first 3 months, and then we will pay them off in July.
Will they apply that rent to the churches?
Yes, I believe so.
Then we'd have a good idea of what kind of shade they're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot cheaper than what we thought, so that does leave a lot of money that are.
Yeah.
Odd and in, there's gonna be a lot of odd and in that are. Well, everything.
I mean, we're assuming they're taking all the cups and teas, and I know we're not gonna have all the stuff to move tea or cups around. And those sound like they're not cheap. There's a lot of little trinkety items we'll have to get along the way.
A lot of weed eaters.
Blowers.
Yeah,
So I make a motion to grant the city administrator purchasing authority for the golf course equipment up to the amount of $500,000.
second. Any other discussion? And to clarify, that motion is also granting the parts that we talked about that last year.
Yeah, I think we talked about carts last.
Yeah, that's what. With the 500, with the carts included in that.
I think it's part of it. Or
This
it's
is
different.
specifically for the.
It's just.
So we decided we're leasing them, not buying them.
Yes, we're leasing.
Yeah, that's specifically for equipment. The carts are on something else.
I think we're leasing brand new parts for what, $145 a month per part, $5,800 a month. And that is coming from Pacific Golf and Turf.
Yes. And I think those are supposed to be here sometime in April.
Hopefully before the.
For those new.
What color?
Yeah. Blue and red.
Mix on parts.
Is it gonna say Murphy Golf on
If it will. Chrissy's designed a nice logo to go on the front, or we'll put it on the side, we'll put it somewhere. I don't know if we need to number them and do all that for checking out purposes.
Any other discussion? All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed, nay? Aye. City administrator report.
Well, the trying to put everything together for the golf course. I know that, we're not sure yet. Nobody stated that the computer that runs the sprinkler system is gone. Got a quote for that. Had to cost up to, I think that is $11,000 to get that new computer with the programming set up.
And that's for a 3-year.
That was with a 3-year contract for the software.
Did you?
I have not approved that yet. I still need to go out and speak with somebody and see if they're taking that computer or if they're leaving that computer. But they've stated they're gonna leave the control box, but the box that talks to the computer that talks to that box. I'm guessing it's not gonna stay. We're assuming.
That's something they would purpose of it.
I don't know. That's a good question.
But the captain's in the flags.
Yeah. The SCI thing, I think,
You should have gotten emails to your city email address from the Ethics Commission, and your security, the economic statements are due by April 15th. It doesn't take a long time. I would suggest while it's fresh, just go click on the link they have there and complete that. And then I won't hound you every day until
Same with you.
it's separate.
Different.
Yeah,
So we have things that we need to do.
yeah.
I think I got mine on either, I think I got it last Friday. It took, yeah. We got our park planning grant. It was all approved. We're having our kickoff meeting April 14th to meet with those guys to start discussing that. I think we're gonna have it before the planning commission meeting.
We have a planning commission meeting next week, and then April 14th is the park commission, and we're gonna do a combined park commission, planning commission kickoff for the park master plan. Exciting.
Mhm.
April 14th, few weeks.
And then you reached out to talk about the small cities allotment grant, so we're not eligible for that until 2027. Because the way it falls, when they give you the grant, it's not till July. And there isn't enough time to get all the engineering done before winter hits to get to complete your project in that year. So we got it last July. We got all of our planning done, and then we're starting. We picked our contractor last week or this week. So that should be starting and be finished by June, the end of June.
So what we tried the next
In
round.
27, we'll be eligible again. And I think we can only get it every other year, not every year anymore. What else do we got? So other than that, the easements through the golf course, Joanna and I went through that this afternoon. And those were all wrote up to a company that has dissolved. I don't know if those easements stand. Or if they weren't in anybody particular's name, it was in his company's name, which dissolved in 2020.
I would think that would be applicable then, and if they wanted to entertain the easement, they'd have to go through some kind of legal process before we allow that.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's all I got.
Any questions?
Have you gotten anywhere on the electric meter to track the expense of the vehicle?
I do. I will have right at a month of charging for the next meeting. We'll have it all wrote up. And
Okay, and in fairness, is there some way to track how much the city spends on the gas that they have for the different vehicles? Because that's not my opinion.
One of the Carson
allocate that out.
I mean, we can find one that is, I guess, drives similarly.
like Cliff's car, sewer plant car, or that
Yeah.
little silver car.
Yeah, that's
And
easy to
then
do.
multiply it by the number. Just so that we can compare how much it's costing
Mhm.
for the electricity and how much it's costing.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you for getting that done. I've been asking for a year.
I think it's been longer than that.
And
Or that's been longer than that, probably has.
How about the visitor center applications? Haven't gotten any of those, because Jim Davies said he volunteered.
We've received 5 so far. Jim, we could probably use his application because he did submit one to help volunteer in the parks and had the background check done. I do have an orientation for the volunteers scheduled for this Friday at 10 a.m. where I'll be giving them some tidbits on Myrtle Creek, talking about hours working and logging those hours, and giving them each an assigned pin so that we know who's in the building at what time. And then we'll go from there.
Wonderful, yeah, because they said that there was somebody from the library that came, we haven't heard anything back.
And I'd been in touch with him
Okay, great.
prior to him saying that. Just saying.
There was a
What are the days and hours that we're looking at?
We're looking at Fridays. I believe it was 10 to 3, but I'm going to work with the volunteers as to what if they prefer a Saturday or if they prefer a Friday, and how many hours they would like to sit down there. I'm going to be not too demanding of them to try to ease them in and see what we get.
Maybe we'll get enough to go Friday and Saturday. Like Friday from what, 10 to 3 or something? Like, that was the original. Anybody be around, come around that during that time?
People walking their dogs.
The alarm on the roof, do you guys want that to continue to run?
Siren.
Yeah,
I would say no, if this building's not ready to fall in on us, that's adding to the problem.
Years ago, they shut that off and the people complained about it. They liked it. They want to know siren, so. And it does help a lot of times. My guys do, they hear the siren, that's what they respond.
well, it might be temporarily off for a little bit till we can figure out.
Yes, shut it off.
Okay, I will see what we gotta do to do that. So it'll be temporary.
What do you gotta do?
Well, it's just the building is at its limits and I don't think it's helping the building stand when it's getting vibrated.
Vibration.
Why can't we just move it, not so it's attached to the building?
Yeah, so it doesn't vibrate the building.
Yeah,
Make it stand out there. like that.
Put it on the west side once it's ready.
How about up where the PG&E?
We just moved to Manny's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're right by us now.
Yeah, I mean,
Or at the fire
whatever you guys
department.
gotta do, I just gotta know when it is, so.
okay. Yeah, so I'll work on that probably tomorrow or the next day or next week, getting that, seeing what it consists of to turn it on. I don't know
Yeah,
if it's a
that's
breaker.
all hooked to our doors and stuff.
Okay. I don't know.
Sirens don't go off, our doors won't open.
Oh,
That's not the only siren we have left in town, is it?
Yeah.
That is the only one
There
left.
used to be one out there. Springbrook, I guess. No, not Springbrook, Lawrence Street.
The siren on that opens the doors, or is it just the signal?
It's a switch. Yeah.
As soon as the siren goes off, the doors open.
Yeah, but it's not the siren, it's the switch.
Yeah,
So
whatever.
you should turn the siren off, but the switch would still be. on
We just have problems getting the doors open now because their power went out, our doors went open. So we had to go through the whole thing, go through, and they found out there was something in the back there, a little black box open now.
We don't have a power generator down there at the fire hall?
Yeah. We do, we got a generator, the lights go off, yeah.
Well, that should open the door, shouldn't it? Once the generator comes on, wouldn't it do the doors power?
No, it doesn't do the doors.
You know,
It would manually, we go push the button, the door. will open. It won't,
you know, automatically open them.
automatically open. They set that system up years ago. I mean, a couple years ago, if somebody can remember, they set that siren off about 15 times. Trying to get it set up because they couldn't, they lost it. The guy was over here for Zipling, pulled the wrong plug. Yeah. Couldn't figure out which one it was.
They did assure me that there are very good notes in the switch house now on the siren.
Yeah. I couldn't remember which one they pulled. I know it's one. So, yeah, we'll just let me know, and we'll try to figure it out if it does, we have a dispatch and try to figure out what's going on.
Alright.
If we have to, I guess we can just, I don't know, we'll figure out some way. Those doors open up all the time. I don't think we need all the doors to open up. Fine. We figure it out.
Okay, council reports.
The LOC meetings on Friday, you attend those.
the Ellis,
The small city LOC meetings, I get the email, and I know Lonnie used to
I don't get the, I've never got an email for the LS meeting.
on Fridays. You don't forward it to me or something.
I will see if I can find them on his.
Okay.
And we'll get them switched.
Yeah, because I think they're just like an hour at noon.
Okay.
And you can keep up on like grants or any of that stuff. And as far as Pinnacle, should we get a second opinion on this bill?
So I have reached out to Pinnacle and I talked to him and he had it's an engineer or a contractor that he recommended. And I've reached out to that guy and he is gonna come up and look at the building in the next week or two whenever he's up here.
Is that somebody different than Pinnacle?
It's,
Because I know we're kind of limited on engineers in Douglas County.
Yes.
And there was controversy.
it sounds like that engineer, that's what he does is he's building, fixes these older buildings. So he's gonna stop by. So I know we don't have a bunch of money to pay Dyer to come up with a plan, because I know in the past, and we're guessing it'll cost about 30 grand, 20 to 30 grand to have them come in, because they're probably gonna want to do what Pinnacle did again. So they have their own data, and we would basically start the process all over.
Right.
So that guy's gonna come up and look at what Pinnacle did for us and kind of walk through the building with me and
Yeah.
kind of give me an assessment
Uh-huh.
to see where we go from here. But it sounds like when they do those rehabs, they basically just build a building inside the building and then bolt them together. There'll be a new frame building inside here, and then there'll be new drywall and new electrical range.
So we'd lose a little square footage, but it'd be cheaper than ripping the roof off.
Well, I think that's all part of ripping the roof off and bolting everything together.
Right, it's the same cost, when you're building a whole new building inside of, yeah.
Well, that was my question to him. It's like, when do you just tear it down and start over?
You know, at what point is it not worth saving?
Yeah.
When was this built? Early 50s?
58,
58.
this side. That side's in the 80s.
So hopefully they come sooner than later, because if we're gonna tear it down, I'd hate to tear our half down, but these guys are getting that, are working on the grant to do their half. It'd be like, well, it'd be nice to know, figure out which direction we're going.
Well, they could build the building inside the building and then tear down the house.
Yeah.
And,
Why would they do that?
well, it's what he's saying, to make it structurally sound. And then nobody needs to relocate, they build a new building inside this old building. And then,
Can't be in here while getting that done.
well, we would, look for different.
Well, they'll building on then.
Trouble after when we talk about often.
Got a Connex out the fire department, didn't have.
Connex, yeah.
There you go.
Is that a building?
It's a shipping container.
And that's what I was thinking, we could get an onshore and put it in the parking lot, community center. We probably don't have anything to do with ODOT, but what they did here on the off ramp, removing the vegetation from that slide, and you can see now what's going on, that thing coming down. So if you have any, I don't know, input with ODOT, what they do with our,
Nope, I thought it was a poor idea to begin with.
yes.
Every time you take all the vegetation off, then there's nothing to hold the land up
Exactly.
there.
That's what's going.
Slide it down.
Everybody that's drove past that when they did it said the same thing. People that don't know that realize that didn't seem very smart.
Yeah.
That's all.
I'm using it as your comment.
Well, yeah, but all the rest to Zach, so I wasn't sure what order I should just go with his, city administrator.
Yeah, there you go. My question is, I know there are mowers that are used on the main part of mill site. Do we have like the little riding mowers? Do we have any of those? So I was
Like the
watching,
RV park has a small mower.
what's
I
that?
said like the RV park has a small mower, and I think the airport has a small mower. That's, other than that, we
The
got that.
RV park does?
Yeah, other than that, we just have the big one that does the parks.
Oh, okay, sorry, I saw Harold, the grassy knoll that runs along the side of the, railroad tracks. He was out there with a weed eater, I was wondering why he wouldn't use a little, if we had one, why wouldn't,
I don't know, he's got a mower.
but he's got one.
Where does he keep it in the bunker?
No, he's got a little shed up there by the bathroom, so he stays in.
Donnie's doghouse.
There you go.
No, I'm.
We're on council for, I want to say thank you to the library volunteers for all that you do and apologize that any conversation that we may have had came across that we thought all that you did was suck books, as I commented on one of the many Facebook posts. That we are aware that you do more While it may not be something specific that we know what you do, it is appreciated and a city service. Please feel free to contact City Hall at any time you have questions on things before it blows up on social media.
Thank you.
So thank you guys for your time and all that you do, and if you are volunteering at the visitor center, thank you for that also. Thanks for all of your guys' work on the golf course and budgeting. That's all I got.
No. You made us like we were playing.
I know we discussed the new streetlights that went in a couple weeks ago, but the one that they put out there on North Road Springbrook, what a difference that makes. How nice that is. Last 14 years, they come to that dark intersection, now you come there and it's lit up. So I think we put in 5 all the places around town. Have we got feedback? I'm a little happy with having a green light.
One on Johnson, one on Johnson. She very happy with her.
So, yeah, that was a good decision. And did we talk about next year, there was gonna be money for 5 or 6 more? Yes. Yeah. Well,
I don't have it. Return.
Really?